What's your goals for your channel? Like, what do you base your goals around, like numbers wise, or what would you say your goals are at?
I definitely found myself looking at the subs. I'm just being honest. Yeah, like
Yeah,
in the morning, I look at the sub count and I'm like, oh, it
yeah,
went up like 10 again today, 10, 10, 10. I'm like, okay, that's
yeah,
a nice steady number. That's nice. So that part is, I don't know. I don't know if there's a count that I would get to where I would just not care as much anymore.
yeah,
But I say that to say that I do it. I don't do clickbait.
yeah,
I don't do these like drama, like these crazy titles must come hex going to zero, like all that. Unless it's literally a serious conversation around it. Which if I was with someone to have that conversation, I would totally do it. But like usually, those are just quick videos. So value. I don't want anyone to ever watch my videos and come away and be like, that's not, I didn't get anything out of that. Every video you watch, I want to be like, okay, at least the title was correct. You may not like the video, but at least the title like led me, like I knew what I was getting into. That's what I'm saying. So building the channel to provide value without monetizing. It's one thing. Again, unique brand. I don't monetize. I don't think anyone else is scheduling RH videos for 2 years. I try to like keep producing unique, like I love the Naval quote, like nobody can compete with you at being you. So if I'm just like me, if I'm true to myself, I want to provide value. I don't want your money. I want to make my own money. I want to be the self-made man. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I got all the sponsorships and I make all the money and now let's get everyone wrecked. Like even if it was like good stuff, I don't know.
Totally.
There's other people do it. They can do it. I don't want to do it. So I think it's just like having that solid brand and people like trust, like that trust factor too, of like when you watch a stream, like somebody tuning in now, they got 32 people. Everyone tuning in now, I would hope they think that this stream is going to be, they're either going to learn something or they're going to, have a good time, like getting immersed into the ethos, the community. They're going to get some knowledge maybe they haven't heard before, or at least it's going to help them make not financial decisions, but it's going to help them how they feel about certain things, how they think about certain things. And they're going to be able to trust the words coming out of our mouth. Like it's very important. Like I try to cure, I feel like I'm even more than a creator, I'm a curator. Like I want to like help people get the best type of content and get access to people that is not just some like, hey, what do you want to talk about? Oh, I don't know what you want to talk about. Let's just like have a beer for 3 hours and waste everyone's time. Like I don't know. I'm just not saying that's every stream that doesn't focus like this, but I really like having that kind of branding to the channel. So as far as like growing it, I think again, I pigeonhole myself with this name, RHMaximalist. I only want to focus on this stuff. I did it on purpose. I don't want to be distracted by shiny objects in other places. I want to find out what's the best in this ecosystem, and I don't want to monetize. And I know I'm going to grow slower. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, why aren't you doing this? And that's just me. That's my brand. And as far as growth goes, I think if you provide value, the subs will come, the likes will come, the nice, kind words will come, along with a lot of other dumb comments will come. But I think, to have that and help the community. The reason I started the channel was I've been following Richard for 6 years now. I've been passive. I only created Twitter a year ago, created YouTube just a month or two after that. And I don't feel like I've gave back enough. I feel like I've taken a lot from the community and from Richard, but I don't feel like I've given back enough. So I guess the goal for the channel would be to give back more. And all the ways I described.
That's amazing, man. And I'll be the first to say you do bring a lot of value. And especially kind of through this phase of like Richard Hart not live streaming like he used to. I feel like you are kind of carrying that, and because he does have so much value that he has created over the years, and you being able to create videos that are easy to just watch and take something from, along with everything else you're providing in the live streams. But I'm so much in line with that value piece. That was actually my New Year's resolution for this year, is like, I want to bring as much value as I possibly can this year. And whether that's like new tools that I find or that I'm building, or just like, teaching people. Like I started to do those Twitter threads, teaching people about like, around Pulse and PulseX.
I saw the PulseX one. That's what I want to talk to you later today too, because it was excellent content.
So stuff like that, I feel like, that's one thing that like is very unique about the Hex community, is that it's just this information share, and that with PulseChain, I feel like a lot of people are striving to bring that value, and it's not like there are people that do clickbait and all of that, but overall, I feel like just around Pulse, like trying to understand PulseChain, maybe it's out of boredom for a lot of people, but everyone's trying to like find something new about PulseChain and share some new perspective, and I feel like it's just elevated our community like crazy. Like we're on this level of people trying to learn the most they can. Like so many people are trying to learn how to become a validator right now, which I think is pretty awesome, but I don't think everyone needs to do it. I definitely think Hex, when it comes to options, like should you become a PulseChain validator or stake Hex? I think staking Hex is a lot better for most people, but it's still awesome that our community is just like so invested in Richard Hart and PulseChain that they're willing to like spend the time to learn and talk about it. So I think that's really cool. But
just one more thing on value too. I think that it's so easy to try to, or be tempted to, maybe we naturally tend to want to cheat, right? We want to be like, I'm providing value because, I'm coming up with really good headlines. It gets people to watch the video, and indirectly that'll help the brand because I'll grow. And then it's like this whole like mental game you play with yourself. Like, no, if I just cheat a little bit, it's better because later on it'll correlate to something else. It's like, I'll buy this coin and then I'll get rich in it and then I'll buy Hex with it. It's like, what usually happens is not that. It's usually you buy the coin and now you're in that community, or now you're pumping that bag, or, now you're, Hex is old now, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of people with good intentions that confuse value with, their own little, like tricking themselves into like, I love how Maxim says it, like, don't lie to yourself. Like, don't lie to yourself about what you're doing. Be honest about it. You do whatever you want, but like, be honest about what you actually think is going to happen and not what you hope is going to happen, but what is most likely to happen from your actions.
Love that. Yeah.